Sorry I missed your call. I don't answer calls because you know how to type and I know how to read. So glad we could solve that issue. Goodbye.
No, I got it.
Have your cake and eat it too. Martin, would you have laughed at that?
Bro, I laugh at anything you say because I love you.
This poem is called Joey.
Right.
For you, for your
Right.
birthday.
It's my birthday.
Okay. Born white as milk.
Frank.
Born white as milk. With hair that's dark but has since gone gray.
All right.
With a best friend whose looks are so astounding, some have even thought, is Joe gay? Little freckles.
No.
You can't say that. 5 foot, a buck.
No.
His shirts look like dresses. His boxers look like shorts. Hair like silk. Skin olive oil gold. Joe doesn't have this, but his best friend Frank has all of those.
Okay. Yeah. So we're using it. This is for my birthday, by the way.
Joey lives life with a pencil dick.
Frankie.
Where Frank? Garden hose.
Yeah.
Ah, a full media empire. King YouTube. Everyone, settle down, kids.
Son of a bitch.
From humble. He made videos in his basement. Now he's old and gray, basically ancient. I'm going to start with this one.
Are they haikus or are they just straight poems?
They're just little poems, okay, baby?
Okay.
All right? Hugs are warm. Kisses are tender. Grab my banana and throw it in your ass, Blendo.
Frank.
People would say nut up or shut up. About the or it's not about the destination, it's about the come up. Ooh. I now look in the mirror and say, now what?
What?
Hey, bro, let's see your nuts. Nuts on the brain, nuts now in pain, growing and swollen like Batman's villain, Bane.
Swollen.
He's a little swelling. My life is beautiful.
Yeah.
Without you, it'd be whack. I'll take all of you. Roses are red. Violets are groovy.
Okay.
Our connection is one of a kind.
Yeah.
Like the 2002 tie-in merch Pop-Tarts that came out with the Spider-Man movie.
If history will remember this man for nothing else, I hope to remember him for the sore loser that he is. I mean, it's bad enough that to this day, he won't admit that he lost the election in 2020, right? But as he subtly told y'all that he's rooting for Kansas City, right? And didn't want to let you know that he's holding a grudge against the Philadelphia Eagles franchise because they didn't show up to the White House after they won the championship in 2018. That BTA, that 24-0 score, got him up out the building. Don't let them tell you that he left for logistic purposes. I mean, when he was over here taking pics with the Mahomes family, the MAGA family, it was all fun and games. It was a good time. Only for him to leave and start bashing the NFL, the place that welcomed him, when his presence was pretty much unnecessary. It was not needed. It was very costly. They welcomed him. I guess he didn't get enough airtime from Fox because he then left by halftime when the Chiefs were down 24-0, his pick, right? And then proceeded to start typing up a storm on his socials about weird things like pennies, quite literally, penny pinching. He started typing up how much it costs to make a penny. It shouldn't cost 2 cents to make 1 cent, blah, blah, blah. Just distracting you and talking about he's going to get back to work. Well, buddy, we could have saved the money by keeping you at the White House. I'm sure they would have had a nice little game spread for y'all to watch the game instead of you costing taxpayers millions of dollars to get you in and out of the stadium and to make sure that the stadium had adequate security. And then next up on the list, like I said, he started critiquing the NFL, talking about the kickoffs. The kickoffs changes has been here the entire year. The numbers show that there are less injuries related to the kickoffs, particularly head injuries. Instead, he goes into socials arguing that it's making the game more dangerous. All because the team that he picked, the team that he wanted to win, did not win. Well, too bad. Fly, Eagles, fly, Orange Man. And sources are telling me that this winning team, this Philadelphia Eagle team, will have votes, I believe, between the team captains on whether or not they will be showing up to the White House. And knowing my team, they just might not.
This salute trutherism is outrageous. This is the most.
Do it right now on
biggest.
TV.
This is the biggest
So do
conspiracy.
it right now on TV.
It's crazy.
If you think it's normal, if you think this is a normal way to greet people, do it right now on TV. Why won't you?
I want to.
No, this is bad. She has your phone and now she has my phone. She's looking at my penis pictures. Should I go on? It's live. We're live.
It's not funny. Honestly, the idea of holding that phone and there being picked.
I wasn't even phased. Can you fix the sign?
That scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, how many penis pictures do you have?
I have 0 penis pictures, bro.
Well, I don't know now. We should just look and find out.
What you type in like I wonder.
No, I was joking.
What, no,
Don't type in penis on iPhoto.
Do not pause your phone.
but you know how you can search iPhoto?
I know you can.
Do not
like,
pause.
What would
the game
happen?
for
What would
this.
happen if you typed like penis in it?
Okay,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know for a
It's
fact.
your phone.
Okay, here's the thing. I know for a fact there are no penises in my photo album. What if should I type it?
Oh, I know there's no one in mine.
You're a boy. I don't know. And you
I'm like my penis inspo on Pinterest. No, it's all saved locally. It's all on the cloud, bro. I don't locally
What is the
save
point
penis
of a
pictures.
penis inspo Pinterest? You can't.
What if I want to change it up?
How?
The styles.
Surgery?
Yeah. What if I get recirced?
Cuts?
Yeah. I'm like.
No, I don't trust your phone because you got so many stupid memes and shit. Like that'd pop up.
I probably do
If
have
you
like
typed in
memes of a
penis?
penis.
Lost the room.
Yeah.
All over his face.
Shawna, please have mercy. I ain't getting paid to the end of the week.
I don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up. Get on your knees and grease my feet. He wouldn't break. I've been riding his face.
Beat your and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up the skull. Walk me down the whole time I know he got some hoes.
Yo!
That's George, bully the fro. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You bet I never go to cell block 1. To any that talk to him and they in love. Just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one to get your hand-me-downs. Party at the party playing with his nose now. Baka got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified. What the I'm on him tough.
Yo, he's
I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
No way!
They not like us. No. They not like us. No. They not like us.
Is that Serena Williams?
So here's what I really can't get over in regards to this Philly team. When you talk about perfection, perfect seasons, perfect rosters, all of it, I think you do it in 2 big ways. The first way is hindsight plus roster. You know, how many Hall of Famers did this Super Bowl champion have? How many All-Pros? How many Hall of Famers did they play against? How many All-Pros did they play against? You know, like a general hypothetical Madden game framing, almost. If we were to put this team up against other teams, how well would their roster fare? How good were their players? And Philly, well, a top 3 defense, a top 3 offensive line, a top 3 running back, and a top 3 receiving core, I don't think anybody anytime soon is going to try to say that this was not a talented roster. That's the first thing we all do, but it's not the only thing, because the other thing that really matters is narrative. When you think about that team, however good they were, however talented their roster was, their quarterback, their coaching staff, whatever, how much adversity did they have to overcome? How often did they play their best football? This is why all of these years later, we still talk about that one Miami Dolphins team that played a perfect season. And that's where I find Philly really interesting interesting because I think from a roster standpoint, I'm pretty comfortable putting this up there, all time in the salary cap era. But more importantly than that, at least in some ways, because we've seen a lot of talented rosters in the salary cap era, is the fact that this Philly team almost always played to the standard that their roster held them to. They almost always played the right type of football. They rarely slipped. They rarely found themselves behind. They rarely trailed in football games. Here's what I'm talking about. When you think of some other great teams, you know, any Tom Brady team, any of those Patrick Mahomes teams that have won Super Bowls, at some point in their seasons, more often than not in the playoffs when they're playing better opponents, they play an uncharacteristic game. Maybe they fall behind and they have to claw themselves back out of a deficit. Maybe they have to deliver late in the fourth quarter of a really close battle. You know, these are generally the moments that we associate with forging a legacy, defining who you are, all of that stuff. Now, this year's Eagles, they never really had that, and I mean that as the utmost of compliments to Philadelphia fans. This is a team that trailed by 10 or more points twice all season. One of those times was in the Tampa Bay game where they were down Lane Johnson, Devontae Smith, and A.J. Brown, and the other time was in the Baltimore game. That was a deficit that they recovered by the second quarter. This is a team that, through pretty much the entirety of the regular season, along with the entirety of the postseason, never had to play that sort of situational football that I'm talking about. They leave no holes for us to poke in their season after the fact. 16-1 after the bye, one loss with Kenny Pickett as quarterback. I believe the term for this, if I'm not mistaken, is juggernaut. Through and through. The roster is undeniable and has been for a while, but also now with the gift of hindsight with the season wrapped up, their delivery is undeniable. The fact that pretty much every game they played, they were excellent on at least one side of the football, if not both. And the fact that on top of that, in their most important game of the season, in their game on the biggest stage, they play their best football against the best quarterback in football right now. This was the 5th loss of Patrick Mahomes' entire career by more than one score. It's insane. I mean, for my money, I think I would put it as a top 3 team I've seen in my lifetime. I think that Howie Roseman is the best GM that we've seen in the past decade, maybe outside of Bill Belichick, but that's my personal vote. And maybe that's what's scariest about Philly too. By a snap-weighted age, this team is 30th in the NFL this year. They're really, really young. So in many ways, there's no reason they shouldn't continue to dominate next season. Amazing season from Philly overall. Congratulations to them, and I hope we all are appreciating the gravity of what we've witnessed. I'm certainly trying to, if that's not clear.